Hi everyone, Chris here. In this video I want to talk about the validity. What we deem is what's happening within the world and what we think is kind of nuts or crazy, and you kind of get that glance from people thinking you got to be nuts, that does not exist or that does exist. And I just got thinking about that in regards to and breaking it down between science and spirituality. And I've done this in another video before, but I'm just going to go a bit more depth. Now, our world is heavily influenced on scientific research and science-based information. But the one thing that we need to take into account in regards to our science that's been created today, it's all the scientific proof is based on studies, and they're usually double-blind studies, peer-reviewed studies, to try and make sure that it's an accurate study and we're getting some valid information from it. What we need to understand is that a lot of these studies cost millions and millions of dollars. And a lot of the people that are out there that are trying to break free with new inventions and new ways of thinking and being sustainable with our energy, using energy and all those sorts of things, are people that have come that not necessarily have a lot of money. And then if people don't see that that's going to be accepted, then that idea is not going to be pushed forward into a study, which is going to cost a lot of money. So essentially, these studies are based on business because they need to make money off it. If it's going to cost them millions to do the study, they need to know that they're going to make something off it. So a lot of our science evidence is based on business. It's not based on real science at all. For example, like within the healthcare system, is a lot of our scientific studies are based on pharmaceutical drugs because they need to have a patent on that particular medication, so therefore they can reap money from selling this drug. So they're not going to put millions and millions of dollars into how oranges can help you or any type of natural product can help you, because you can't patent any natural compound. It has to be synthesized in a lab. So therefore, I hear these things in regards to cancer is that, well, where's the studies to show that IV vitamin C can cure cancer, or this natural product can cure cancer, and this natural product. Well, the thing is that those studies have been done, and a lot of the times they're suppressed. But at the same time, there's not a number of studies showing their potential, because a lot of those studies are funded by the pharmaceutical companies, and why would they fund something that they can't make any money off? So we need to understand that's just one example within the healthcare system, but within the science based on everything, NASA and what's in the universe and our solar system, from anything, science is based and is very heavily influenced on business, and a lot of the studies are being funded by big pharma and big corporations that control the world. So therefore they can also control the media and what you get absorbed with, the information that you get absorbed with. So, for example, that's science, and then we get into spirituality. And our spirituality has always been here. It's been here for eons, and ancient civilizations knew of this. They knew the pineal gland was the third eye. They knew that was their connection to a higher source. And just lately, science has actually shown that yes, the pineal gland actually has optical receptors in it. So therefore, it is an eye. So science is kind of just catching up in a certain degree. So we can't throw all our eggs in science, and because a lot of the times there's not a lot of conventional thinking or kind of common sense within science, where if we go inside ourselves and towards ourselves and become more spiritual and more consciousness, we'll find that there's a lot more common sense will prevail. Now, with spirituality, now there's been many civilizations and seedlings of humanity throughout the years, and there's evidence every civilization worshipped gods that came from the heavens, and that translates space. Okay, and then also gods translate advanced life forms. So life forms that had better technology than we did at that point of time. So that other species of humanoids, we can call it, or extraterrestrials. Now they called themselves gods because they had this remarkable technology, this advancement over everyone else that was there at that current seedling or time within our humanity. And all of a sudden those civilizations created some incredible technologies that even today we can't understand how they did it. For example, the pyramids. And why? And there's still theories trying to figure out why they built these pyramids, how they did it. And, well, there is also a lot of research out there that is showing clearly what pyramids were built for. They were energy amplifier of a photon energy. The shape of a pyramid itself, this is where sacred geometry comes into technology, into energy. And this is free energy and universal energy. And I actually use tools here at Truly Holistic in regards to using pyramid technology. See, these are two pyramids stacked on each other, and this allows me to do my energy work. So this is free energy. You just look at this device and you think, oh my god, how can that do anything? Well, it's using pyramid technology. And there's been a lot of studies to show that pyramids, if you put anything underneath a pyramid, it will last a lot longer, whether that's food or food substance, slow aging down, clean water that's really toxic water to drink. If you put it under a pyramid for long enough, all of a sudden you can drink it and it's not toxic anymore. It can also change the weather and a number of things. And so they knew all this technology. They got this technology obviously from some advanced life form, which we can call extraterrestrial here. And some general science are still trying to figure out why this was done and how this worked. Now, going back to science, now let's go into cancer. Now, in science states they've got the best technology available today in cancer. Now, they use chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and they use the substances to do this type of therapy. And not a lot has changed in the last few decades in regards to that area of medicine. And also in regard to a lot of other areas of medicine as well. It's kind of stayed the same. And where we can compare that with our cell phone technology. And we started with cell phones that were big bricks kind of thing, that were you just use it for a phone call. And now all of a sudden, within 20 years, we've got this incredible little device that is essentially a mini computer. You can do anything on it. And we've got this wireless technology where information goes through thin air to your phone. And at the same time we're getting people saying, well, this can't exist because we can't see it. Well, have you ever thought about how you're getting information on your cell phone or any Wi-Fi device? Well, that information, you can't see it. It's actually traveling through the air to your device. It's, So we need to understand that there's a lot of things happening around us at any time that we can't see or perceive with our eye that is making a difference with our health, with our well-being, and is what the universe is essentially made out of. For example, with our eye, our frequency of vision of our eye, our bandwidth of our eye is only a fraction of 0.005% of what there is in the universe. So that's a minute amount, and a lot of our science and our healthcare is based on what we can see. Well, no wonder people are sick, and no wonder we're not getting anywhere in regards to mainstream science, because we're just focusing on a fraction of 0.005%. Now, quantum physics in regards to technologies like pyramid technology and stuff, now this is a lot more in line with way the universe works and the way life works. And if we work alongside the way the universe works and the way Mother Nature works with sustainable energy supply, then also we're gonna get somewhere. And believe me, certain powers know about this stuff, but why would they give you free technology when they can't make any money of it? So what I'm essentially saying in this video is that a lot of our science that we base all our proof on is based on business, okay, making money. And when you need to make money on something, then you're not exactly going to get the truth in regards to that area, in regards to science, because they're only going to tell you what will make money for them, okay? So it's a remarkable the advancement that we've had with technology in regards to cell phones, but at the same time we've got an epidemic like cancer that's getting worse by the year, and the same technology is the same over the last few decades. Now that must light up a little light bulb in people's heads to figure out that maybe look a little bit further into this, because if we look deep enough, you will find the truth. It's just sadly a lot of us superficially look into things, and I understand it. We trust our politicians, we trust our government to give us the truth, we trust our 6 o'clock news to tell us the truth, our mainstream media to tell the truth, but sadly we're pulling a fake world across our eyes and blinding us from the truth. And sadly we have to be empowered and rely on ourselves to look for the truth. This is the world that we live in today. Okay. In regards to in a food supply, there's again another invisible toxin in our food supply. It's pesticides they spray on all our foods. By the time we go and buy the veggies or fruit or whatever from the supermarket, but we're always looking for the one that looks the best, looks the shiniest, and therefore because we deem that looking a healthy piece of fruit or a healthy vegetable, where if we see one that's kind of been eaten a little bit by a snail or some insect, then we think, well, that plant's not very good to buy. But in fact, that plant probably is better to buy because it's actually other life forms have actually looked at it as food and eaten some of it, where some of the other ones with pesticide in it, they don't go anywhere near it because they don't deem it as food anymore. So we need to really change our thinking in regards to people actually think, people that really endorse organic food and really buy organic food, some people think they're crazy, when really we should be looking at the people thinking that we're the people that accept buying the stuff from the supermarket that has got heavily laden with sprays and pesticides and herbicides and so on. We should be looking at those people being crazy, because how can we be puzzled later in our life when we get diagnosed with a big cancer, with a big C, or heart disease or something, and think, how did this happen? When we know for a fact that we're getting chemicals sprayed in our food all the time. Again, we're just trusting those people to think that that's safe. Remember, these people are trying to make money. Okay, and what matters at the end of the day is if they've made money or not your healthcare, not your well-being. Okay. Now, what I'd like to finish this video off with is that we need to start thinking about what is possible instead of thinking everything it's impossible. Now, we all use a cell phone. We all use Wi-Fi. Now, that information gets there from somewhere. Okay, we don't see it, but it gets there from somewhere. We don't question that because we're using Wi-Fi all the time. So we need to understand that some of these things that are not within the 0.005% of what we can see with our bandwidth of our vision, we need to be open to the fact that these other things happening out there, and not all of a sudden say that it doesn't exist. Anyway, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about the video. Put a comment below. Subscribe at my YouTube channel under Truly Holistic. Like my Facebook, Truly Holistic as well. My website is trulyholistic.net. Thank you.